We are back, and welcome back to the channel. Oh, yeah, I had to take a little bit of a break, but we got one to do a quick turn and burn on, so we're going to do it. It's just basically going to be a little cleanup and just make it look more presentable. It's a nice car. We're not working on Betty. I do have a video being built, just haven't been able to really work on it. I want to take a moment to thank everybody that's reached out to me, and since the last video, it means a lot to me. So we're going to try to get back the momentum and try to get back to doing a weekly video. We're going to do our damnedest. So let me show you what we got to work on, and we'll get started. All right, yep. Got a big two-door 66 Chevy Impala. It's not a bad looking car, but it's got its little issues. This is basically a survivor. We're not going to go super in depth with this one. We're just basically going to put out the fires, like on the roof. We got a couple little spots. Putting them fires out, and a couple little spots just here and there on it. Nice car. Not going to really be able to do much about the trim being dented, but I think we're going to have to pull this back bumper off and possibly doctor on that splash pan a little bit, or valence, whatever you want to call it. Got a little bit of fire right there. We're just going to doctor on it a little bit, and we're going to pull the bottom trim off. And it's got one bad spot right there. We'll fix that. But all in all, really nice car. But like I said, it is not a restoration. It is just a cleanup. Get it presentable and get it back out the door. So I'm gonna get started on it, get this roof feathered out. I'm gonna hit all the easy spots first and get them primed, and see about getting this bottom trim. I'm gonna get as far as I can today, and go from there. May save that for a tomorrow project, and this for tomorrow project. We got a little spot right here. Just little spots here and there, not a big deal. Well, just as soon as I get started, I gotta stop. My sander just took a crap on me. I've had it since I was probably 18 years old, so that makes it, yeah, like 20 years old. 18, 28, 38, yeah, 20 years old, so. Rest in peace, Ingersoll. You've been a good one. Outlasted all my other ones. You know, I've had snap-on ones, Matco ones, and they just didn't last. So basically what we got going on is where the paint had been chipping. These cars are notorious, any of these old cars where they lead these roofs together, they're notorious for bubbling up right here. And you can see somebody's already come in and put some body filler in it. I'm gonna feather it just a little bit more. I'm gonna come back over it with some glaze. Just kind of been hitting all the spots. There was a spot in the door right here, and there was a little spot on the top of the quarter panel, and there was a spot right here. I gotta hit the rest of that by hand. The hood has got a lot of like spray paint looking stuff on it. I don't know if you can see it in the reflection of the light. So I may end up priming this whole hood. I don't like to prime these vents because it just makes more work for yourself. So we're going to try to probably just prime this, but I'm probably just going to tape it along this body line and just deal with it as it is, because I don't like getting a lot of buildup on them vents. It just creates a world of shit. We got a crack right here. I mean, this is where the roof is leaded together, and you can kind of see it right here. And that's just what these cars do over time. They just do that. And we got a little spot right here. This is going to be a panel bond repair. Cause I really don't want to put the welder on this car until we get to the areas we have to, because then you start getting into glass, and a panel bond repair is going to be efficient. We got some bubbling right here. This side I think is okay. We really said we're just going to get as far as we can today. I got to go get a daggum sander, so that's going to put me behind on this a little bit today, but I'm going to still try to get the roof spotted in. I'm going to try to go ahead and get the hood, the top of the hood, the cowl panel, and whatever little spots on the rest of the body, and then come back in tomorrow and jack this thing up. That way I ain't got to get my fat butt on the ground, and we'll deal with this bottom trim and whatever else is hiding under there. So let me go get a sander and get back on it. My other DA, the pad come apart, so shit just don't last forever like it used to. I want to show y'all kind of what we're dealing with here. This thing is just dead. Kind of hear how low powered it sounds, and it won't turn the RPM. It just won't do it. Be sitting here for 45 years trying to sand that one little spot on the roof. So we're gonna set up a new sander. Went and bought another Ingersoll Rand, however you say the name, Ingersoll. Anyway, I'm gonna set the new one up, and I'll show you the difference. This thing has had it. I can't complain because it has lasted as long as it has. So, yes. Okay, got a new one on the airline. We're gonna put a new piece of sandpaper on it. All right, here we go. See what the difference is here. Oh yeah, much better. Yeah, that'll be a lot faster than the other one. Oh yeah, take less air, less effort. So gonna feather this spot out, work on a couple little spots, and figure out what we're gonna go do from there. There are a couple little spots on doors I might go ahead and hit, and get some glaze on there and get it primed in. All right. I'm hoping this ain't gonna go this way, but it probably is. So basically what we're fighting is, can't get a good feather edge. This is a pretty good feather edge. This is a pretty good feather edge. This is not a good feather edge. I can dig this off with my freaking fingernails. And it's all, I mean, look at that. So this has got to be chased as far as I can chase it. Luckily, I mean, I'm thinking the rest of it's going to be okay after sanding on this side. It's I gotta chase it a little bit more. I like a little bit smoother of a feather edge, kind of like this right here. See how this is kind of chippy looking, kind of hard to see, but I can't let this thing go with what's going on underneath that old paint. And I'm not going to strip this car all the way down to bare metal. I'm over that. But I'm going to strip it as far as I feel like I need to strip it. If I don't see any issues, I'm going to leave it. I don't know why there's freaking body filler up here in the first place. I think maybe what happened is maybe it had paint problems before and they just figured they would glaze over it too, and I don't know. I don't know what, you'll never know what the case may have been, but the body fillers they used to use back in the day, sometimes they just didn't mix it right. The resins we have nowadays are a lot better. I mean, I will say that, but this just acts like it wasn't set up right. And it could be Bondo brand, which Bondo brand now is not the greatest. So I'm just gonna keep working with it. I'm gonna get it as far as I feel like it needs to go. Hopefully it don't go no damn further. Not on this right here. And go from there. Luckily I got a new sander and it's doing its job great. So that kind of speeds me up a little bit. So I'll catch up with y'all. These things always grow. I don't care how good a shape car is in. I really don't care. They always grow. But that being said, as long as you and whoever you're doing a car for are on the same page, this is not supposed to be a restoration. This is just a cleanup. Just clean it up, make it look presentable. And that's what we're going to do. So I chased this roof as far as it would chase and feather out. Both sides are about the same here. Everything seems to be good. I'm going to put some rust treatment on these bare metal spots, but we got this big issue right here. There was a star right here. So I chased it and it created a, oh no kind of moment. And so yeah, the right way would be to dig it all out, work it. But then you got a battle headliner, and you don't want to mess up a good headliner. So like I said, just a cleanup job. This is not a restoration. So we're going to put some I'm going to put some reinforced filler out there, just kind of fill that spot back up. Everything else seems to be good and solid, and it's not lifting. It's in good shape. So I told you this side's about the same way. This roof is, I'm probably gonna put the rust treatment on it, let it sit overnight, come back tomorrow, clean it back off. We'll prep this whole entire roof and we'll prime it. And then move on to the rest of the car, let the primer set up. Then I'm gonna come back, we're gonna glaze what we gotta glaze, because there's some spots in it that need to be worked. So we'll have to work this roof a little bit. So basically we'll have to glaze over the whole roof onto the side panels and then reprime it. And that should take care of it. Luckily this car is going back white. That's a good thing. So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time trying to make the sides perfect. We're just going to make sure what we got to do on the roof is done, because the roof is at eye level, and you definitely want the roof to be in good shape and look good. So I'm just gonna do that, move on, and not cry about it. I guess. Oh, man, I did not want that to happen, but it is what it is. So let me get some rust treatment made up, and we'll brush these little spots and move forward. We got the hardener in here best we can. This stuff's kind of difficult to mix up, but it does good. So come on now, kind of hard to get on the spreader. Put that on there. You get on there, boy, I tell you. Get on that car. Get on there. This is going to be the best repair I can think of without having to completely recreate the wheel here. So I'm going to work that down as flat as possible. Let it do its thing. Work all the air pockets out of it, because you don't want air pockets in it if you can help it. This air will find its way out, and it's going to be after you get it painted and all pretty and everything. That's when it's going to find its way out. It's going to wait till you get it all done. Go, oh, I want to come out now. Alright, I'm going to let that set up. I got the rust treatment stuff on there. And so I'm going to figure out where I want to go from there. I might go ahead and move to the hood and the cowl panel. Go ahead and get them sanded, because I want to get as much done as possible today. So might go ahead and do that. Okay, I think I got all the nuts out of that. Pop this piece of trim off very carefully. These are very delicate. Very delicate. I'm going to try to go ahead and put the nuts back on it, because they will go missing. Yes. I'm going to put some tape on the trim to help protect it while we're sanding, because we don't want to sand on the trim and destroy it. This just kind of acts as a little bit of protection. So just get some cheap tape. I got some cheap tape here, that way I ain't using the expensive stuff, because this stuff is expensive. So, and like I said, we're just gonna do this and the hood. I think I might hit it with some 180, just to kind of see how it sands out. Try to keep everything kind of slick. All right, got the hood sanded. I got the cowl sanded where I'm happy with it. Went ahead and knocked that down so it can finish curing. We're back into that swamp weather. It's like the weather you wear. Freaking hot. So it's gonna pretty much do it for me today. I'll get back on it tomorrow. We'll get this roof straightened out. Hopefully we'll get it close to being straight anyway. And we'll focus on the bottom side of the car on these bad spots. Try to get the outside of the car pretty much prepped and ready. Still got a little bit of trunk work to do on the inside of the lip. It's just a little small spot. And we'll just see how tomorrow goes. So, catch y'all tomorrow. Alright, it's next day. Been here for a little while working. Knocked out the loose seam sealer out of the drip rails. And just put in some new. I'm just peeling off the tape now. I just had to tape up a little border to kind of keep it nice and clean. Keep it where I want it. And then, like I said in previous videos, if you want to melt it down a little bit smoother, just take you some wax and grease cleaner on a rag, and you can smooth it down a little bit more that way. This laid down fairly nice, so we're not going to worry about it. My tape's wanting to be a butthole. I'm using a cheaper tape instead of using the high dollar stuff right now because of stuff like this. Tape has done gotten expensive. So we're going to untape all this, let this dry down a little bit, then we're going to retape it and start basically going to prime the whole roof and all the spots. I went ahead and kind of worked on the bottom side a little bit, doctoring up some holes. I'll show you what we got going on. All right, so the bottom side, knocked the trim off, and I put some panel bond in the holes, and there was like a couple little small rust pin holes, especially around the wheel arch. And this thing has had a lot of body work done to it. These things, it's hard to tell until you start getting into them. When you start getting into them, you start finding a lot more stuff. These things always grow. But we're not trying to carry it as far as the Mustang. We're just cleaning this thing up, putting it back white. We're not changing colors. We're not doing all that. But I got a big hole. I got a big problem right here. It does need some addressed metal work. And the same goes for right here. Them are the worst two spots on the whole car, or some pin holes here. So we'll just panel bond them in. We'll come back tomorrow because that's a 24-hour cure stuff. We'll come back tomorrow, doctor all them, get them primed in, and get these other spots welded in. But I'm gonna untape this, retape it, and get some primer shot on this. All right, I got her taped up. We got this new Chenwan Yang paint gun we're gonna try. I don't know how well it's gonna work. As of right now, it don't look like it works at all. There it goes. So I'm gonna go for 2 to 3 coats on this. This is basically to just give me a good foundation to work with, because I know the roof is going to need some body work done. It's going to need some blocking, and it's going to give us a good foundation on the hood. And I got a couple little spots on the sides we're going to hit. So if I get 2 to 3 coats, I'm happy. And then after we work it, it's probably going to go after another coat on at least on the roof. So I'm going to try this piece of crap gun out. Hopefully it works good, and see what happens. Okay, that's 3 coats-ish. Good enough for now. Like I said, this is just going to be a foundation bed for what we got to do. The roof is going to take a lot more work. I can just see it now, but got a lot of blocking and bodywork. Really just going to be glazing and blocking. It ain't got to be like, you know, heavy duty body filler wipes or nothing like that, just some glazing. It's definitely got some weirdness going on in here. So something evidently happened to this roof at one point in its life. But today I'm just going to pull it out in the sun and let it do its thing. I want to make sure my little repair I did right here doesn't do something with the heat and the sun, and I'd rather be able to fix it now versus after it's painted and something happened to it. So then it gives this time to dry down here all the panel bond repairs. So I got to pull some other stuff in here and work on it real quick. We'll be back on this thing tomorrow. Woo! All right, it is next day, and I've been here all day working on this roof, trying to get this roof straight. I can't tell if my beard is just turning white because old, or if it's because of the white car that I'm sanding and the dust is getting in my beard. Probably a little bit of both. But I think I got this thing pretty close. It's not perfect. I'm not after perfect, but it feels pretty damn good considering. I got this stuff I got to do. I'm doing wiping down there at the back of the wheel arch. I got that pretty good. There's a piece of trim that goes on that anyway. I started blowing the car off and paint just started flying off the car. That's pretty cool. You know, just, you know, kind of fun. Got this all worked. It feels really nice. Got the bottom holes and everything straightened out for the most part. So basically going to prime this roof. I'm gonna put a pretty good hard 3 coats on it. I still got that to deal with and below the door. I ain't doing it today. I just don't feel like cutting no metal and welding because I don't feel like getting mad. Still got to deal with this. So there's still quite a bit to do, but I'm trying to get this roof taken care of. I've been working with the airfile all morning. That thing's done drug me about 100 miles across this roof. So I'm gonna take this thing off, get this thing primed, and I'm basically just gonna be done for the day because I'm tired. And we'll come back tomorrow, weld in the new metal for that, get that all white and body fillered, get that taken care of, then start sanding this car, getting it prepped and ready for some color. So I'll try priming the roof. My review on that new primer gun is right there, full of primer, and it's all over me. So I don't know, it looks like come back tomorrow, sand it, hopefully it'll be all right. And I don't know, ill say the least. So I'll leave you with that. Okay, I think I'm ahead of all the booger buyers on this thing. This thing kind of been whipping my ass a little bit, and just been one thing after another. I think we finally got it 2 sanders and 2 paint guns later, and found another primer gun. I ended up going to Summit and finding one called a Venom. About 60 bucks. Works pretty daggum good. Kind of reminds me of a gun I had. It was called a Star. Pretty decent gun. Not a expensive gun, but a pretty good gun. So I got some spray paint sprayed on top of this. Yeah, so when we go to sand, I can kind of see where it needs to be sanded instead of guessing. Spots over the wheel fixed. Rust hole here is fixed. Rust hole in the fender is now fixed. Thank God the welder was working today, because I was not in the mood to be sitting there hoping to God that it would work, and I thought I was about to instantly just get mad. So it worked. All's good. I had to prime these corners. I don't know if I've already said it, because I haven't videoed in a few days because I about lost my mind the other day working on this thing. So all the paint had come off of them just about, so I just stripped those down to bare metal. So hopefully that takes care of that. So tomorrow we'll come in here, do the final sand. I done went around the whole car, and I don't know what kind of paint this is on this car. It is super hard. Like, I had a couple pieces of 320 I tried sanding with, and it just annihilated it like 2 seconds into the sand. So I ended up having to go around the whole car 180, and it was killing the 180. Like, I had to really sit there and sand it to get the 180 to take the shine off the paint. I don't know what kind of paint this is. If it's some kind of aircraft something, I don't know. So we gotta come back over it for the final sand, do a scuff and wash with some Comet, let it drip dry, and hopefully tape this thing up and shoot it. I was thinking about just shooting it in sections, but I kind of just want to get done with the car, so I'm probably just going to shoot the whole entire thing at one time. So I didn't try to tape up to the chrome trim. I didn't. All that'll sand out. It'll be fine. So until tomorrow, we'll come in, we'll let that dry real good. It'll be good and dry for tomorrow. Do one more sand on it, do a scuff and wash, and tape it up and try to get this thing painted for the end of this video. All right, I've been here all morning working on this thing. The roof sanded out awesome. It is beautiful. You can kind of see a little bit of light glare. I love that part. I don't know, it's my favorite part of the whole process other than getting it done. So basically now what's going to happen, I've went back around it again with some 320, some 600, just kind of playing around. I'm going to come in with a Comet wash, get this thing good and clean and scuffed. I was able to get the 327 badges off. As far as trying to pull that trim and that Impala, you basically got to drop the inner fender and door panels. I hate doing that. We're just cleaning it up. We got the emblems off the trunk. That was easy to get to. This is just a cleanup. Got a little bit of fine-tune sanding to do around the Impala emblem. We're just going to do the best we can with what's on the car. But yeah, it sanded out really nice. Got a little bit of hand sanding to do up close to the window trim because I just don't want to get close to it with a DA. Kind of cramped in here today because it's raining, and can't really pull that car out, which I could. Then I got to cover the engine up because the hood likes to leak water on top of the engine. And this is just what it is. It's a basket case. And I'm scared if I pull it outside and let rainwater get all over it, it's just going to ruin everything. So I got to do a little cleanup, get the paper out of here, try to get the floor, all the trash picked up, get the floor as clean as I can. That way when I come in here with the water, I can rinse the floor best I can, and get this thing Comet washed. So that's the next step. All right, got some Comet. I got an old DA that doesn't really work that good because it's got a soft pad on it, and usually this is better for doing this with a soft pad. So we're going to try to just run it. This throttle on this thing is just screwed up, and it's a piece of crap. And it's a snap-on, so go figure. So using just a regular 3M Sims red Scotch-Brite for a setup for a DA, and we're just gonna sprinkle some stuff on there and go to town with it. Put a little bit more water on that thing. Need some more water. Okay, now I just gotta do the rest of the car. But kind of see just how that water looks on there, and that's about what you want to see. Just nice, slick. Don't see no surprises nowhere. Just kind of gives you a preview of what it's going to look like. But like I said, I'm not trying to slick this car out. We're just trying to brighten it up. So I'm gonna finish doing the rest of the car. When we get into tight spots, just gonna have to do it by hand, around door handle and so forth. So I'm gonna go ahead and machine scuff the rest of the car, scuff, whatever you want to call it, scuff, stuff, whatever. I don't care what you want to call it. Scuffy, soapy sand, whatever you want to call it. And I'll catch up with y'all when I get done. Woo, alrighty. Rinse this thing off and let her drip dry overnight. And then we'll come in the morning and start my favorite process, to tape. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Got around the emblems best I could, the trim, the door handles, around the grill. Everything looks pretty good. Good enough. I've been flooding this windshield trim out. This dirt and stuff keeps flying out from under there, and usually you'll just like to pull that stuff on off of there, but that stuff don't come off that easy sometimes. So we're gonna try to roll with it on there. So we'll let this drip overnight. And I'm gonna try to clean the floor best I can with all these cars in here. It's gonna make it a little bit challenging. And I will catch up with y'all tomorrow after this is all taped up. and we'll get some paint put back on it and try to end this video. Okay, I have been here working, and I'm in shorts and a cut-off sleeve because it's like 90 degrees and hot. This is the weather you wear it. Everything in here feels like it's been in a bucket of water overnight. So we got the car taped up. We come over here last night and started trimming it off in tape. You have to excuse the fans. I got fans going to kind of help suck some dust out and stuff like that. So I gotta go around it, check everything. I'll show you what we got going on. All right. So had a couple little chips, put some combi putty in. I had to drop the back bumper down to repair this rear panel. Basically just had to knock out the loose seam sealer, re-seam seal it. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. That's really all we're really after. You can't hardly see it behind the bumper anyway. You have to like really be sitting there studying it to see it. So I know one thing, whoever tightened them daggum bolts up, it had to be Jeff. Old Jeff, he said, man, them things ain't going nowhere. He put all the ugga-duggas on them things. So let's go around it. Kind of hit a couple little spots with some 600 to kind of knock them down. Wipe this thing down. And we can start getting a coat of paint on this thing and get her done. Okay. I got it as clean as I can get it. Got paint mixed up, guns clean, filled, ready to rock and roll. I'm in this hot suit because I don't like getting that stuff on me. So I'm gonna go around and hit all the gray spots first, hit the roof, the hood, everything along the bottom of the car, everything that's gray first, then come back with a full coat and then hit it with another full coat. Hopefully that should have us all covered and should nail this one on in the head there and be done with it. So let's shoot some paint and hope for the best. Oh man, get this hot suit off. It's hot. Whew, it's hot. Well, that's pretty much 3 coats. 2 coats on the parts that wasn't covered in primer, and 3 coats everywhere that was primed. Everything looks to be covered. I was going to hit it again, but it already kind of kicked over so fast, and I was basically going right back on it. So right after I covered it, I was going back to back to back. It's so hot and humid that the paint's kicking a lot faster than normal. I got to get me a mask with a shield to cover my eyes up, because now my eyes are all screwed up. But looks pretty good. Like I said, we wasn't after trying to slick this thing out. We were just trying to basically preserve what he's got and just make a nice little driver. It's just all this car is going to be. Is a street car, just a good driver. Go to cruise in it and things like that. And I got a bug trying to walk across the hood right there. So let me grab him. And I'm gonna go hold my head in a thing of water and just keep it there. Hey, next day, this thing is dry. Looks pretty good. I was kind of nervous, thinking I was gonna come in this morning and some wild animal done trampled all over the top of it or something. That would have been pretty cool. But it didn't happen, so that's a good thing. We'll get this thing untaped. I gotta put all the trim I took off of it back on. Get this thing outside. I'm sure there's gonna be some little touch-ups I gotta do here and there, but that's not a big deal. For the most part, we are done. It looks a lot better than it did. So, yeah, all this trick taping that we had to do. So let me get this thing untaped and get all the trim back on it. We'll get her outside and get a good look at it in the sun. Okay, she looks good out in the sun, I tell you. Pretty. Turned out really nice, just for a little quick job. Just a little coat of paint, you know, put out a little bit of fire his car had on it, you know, just a couple fell points. But it's turned out like a good looking little driver. I say little, the thing's huge. It's a good looking car though. Cleans up nice. Like I said, we didn't want to slick it out because we just didn't carry it that far to prime the whole car and block it and do all that. We just cleaning her up a little bit, and I think she shows well. Well, that is going to do it on this one, and I appreciate everybody that's watched and followed along. And she's got to go get some mechanicals done and stuff like that, disc brake upgrade, things like that. But at least she looks a lot better than she did. So go back and check out some of the old videos, and like I said, we're going to try to get back to weekly upload, but it may take a little bit, so it may be one here, one there kind of thing. But this kind of gets us back going in the right direction, and I appreciate all the subscribers and members sticking with me. And well, until then, we'll catch you on the next one.